Have you forgotten how to draw for fun again? Has your tireless, disciplined studies made you forget what it was all for? Well, you're in luck, because today I'm going to show you how to draw for fun again. So, yeah. So my first point is basically to start before you're ready, right? Like, what's it called? And I'm also gonna link a whole bunch of like different resources in the description, like other videos that explain it way better than how I do right now because I'm still bad at making videos, but we'll get there. Little by little, baby steps. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Rome wasn't built in a day. Mr. Beast didn't become a 300 million subscribed channel. Hey, shout out because that's crazy. Overnight, like he's been doing this for 14 years or like I think like 17 years. I don't even know. A long time. But anyways, tangent. Yeah, start before you're ready. That's my first point. What's it called? And also, believe me, like a lot of this applies to experiences that I've been through as well. Like I'm partially making this video to like just remind myself and then also to help other people out as well that might be struggling with something similar. But yeah, start before you're ready. What's it called? Yeah, no matter what, you'll never feel like you're like ready, right? And also, let me scoot the script closer. Okay, so yeah, my first point. Oh, also, I wonder if I'm even zoomed in, right? Am I? Nope, I'm not zoomed in at all. Let me do that. There you go. Anyways, I am a professional YouTuber. Anyways, so yeah, my first point is to start before you're ready, right? Because no matter what, you'll never feel like you're like 100% ready, right? You always feel like you're inadequate in like some areas, whether it's like, oh, like the hand doesn't quite look right, or oh, the shading is, not as good as it could be, oh, anatomy, oh, gesture, oh, yada, yada, yada. What's it called? Yeah, no matter what, there's no such thing as like perfect art, right? Like no matter what, there's always like room for improvement and everything. Like even on like the most minute things, right? There's like infinite ways you can improve. Just like with content creation as well. Just like with content creation and stuff as well, right? Excuse me, I had to burp. But yeah, like an example that PCat said in her video or one of her videos that I'll link below is like, so say for example you want to make like a comic, right? Like a web comic, right? And you're like what's it called? You could be like, oh, okay, first I want to go ahead and get good at drawing hands, and then I'll start my webcomic. But oh wait, what's it called? How does it go? Okay, but yeah, so say you want to like draw comics or something like that, right? And also I'm like kind of techie out of frame. Oh my gosh, hold up. Okay, there you go. Also, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay. Okay, so say you want to like draw comics, right? And then you're like, oh, like what's it called? First I'm gonna get good at drawing hands, and then I'll go ahead and start my webcomic. Oh, but and then like get good at that, and then you're like, oh, what's it called? Actually, my background's could use some work and X, Y, Z, and then oh, what's it called? The clothing or the character designs are not as good, so I'm gonna go ahead and tweak those expressions. Let's go ahead and get better at that before we do it, and so on and so forth. And you never feel like you're ready, right? And then also like one thing that Ergo Josh pointed out in his video for like young artists and everything, like the trap that young artists fell in, I think that's what the video title's called. Like yeah, like what's it called? A lot of the professional artists and everything, like they started before they were ready, right, quote unquote. Or like the art they were making making early on in their like journey and everything, right, is the same art that they're making, now. It's just more technically polished and everything, right? And so like in a sense, you could basically already make the art that you want to make. It's just there's going to be a technical deficit, right? And then there's always going to be a technical deficit, right? Like what's it called? No matter how good you are, like there's always going to be room for improvement and stuff like that, right? And so what's it called? And so yeah, it's best to just what's it called? It's best to just like start and basically just learn as you go, right? Like what's it called? Use the webcomic or use like an illustration or use whatever to like get better at, art itself, right? So for example, like say like, what's it called? I really want to do illustrations, right? But then I'm not really that good. What's it called? Then use like, illustrations for fun or whatever. Use that to get better at those things, right? Because all drawing for fun is basically application, right? It's all just putting your practice into, of course, application. And so, what's the name of it? Yeah. Like, so I can't wait to remake these videos, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I could spit. It's just I'm so bad at like structuring stuff, and then stuff in my personal life as well that like happened recently. Like literally, like I think yesterday it happened. Right? Let me see. Yeah, to where I'm like confuzzled or whatever, right? But yeah, just like basically use the projects, use the things that you want to do, use that as your expression for practice, right? Your application for practice. And so, yeah, so that's my first point. And then, okay, 6 minutes. Okay, let's try not to be too long on this next part. Okay, so yeah, my second point is basically combining references, right? So say you're like, okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna draw for fun and everything, and I'm gonna start before I'm ready and all that stuff. And then, yeah, what's it called? What I recommend you do is just like combine references, right? What's it called? You don't wanna let like the references like decide like all your decisions for you, although you can if that's like the type of artist you want to be, which there's no absolutely no problem with it. But what's it called? At least for the art that I want to do, what's it called? I would recommend, and this goes into like comic art or like I don't know, even I'm still learning like all the technical definitions and all that stuff, but like representational art or stuff like that. I don't know. But like figurative, I don't know. But yeah, you want to like combine references, right? Like for example, or here. Okay, so yeah. Okay, kind of got sidetracked right there. Okay, so yeah, basically you want to combine references, right? Like for example, you don't want to take everything, like 100% of everything from one single reference, or else you're learning, right? But you're not learning as well as you could be, I feel like it's not 100%, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, unless you, of course, you want to do it that way. But how I recommend it, I'm kind of running and talking in circles right now. But anyways, how I recommend it is like use different references for specific things, right? Like for example, you could use one reference for the pose, and one reference for the clothing, one reference for the expression, right? Or XYZ, like no more or no less than two, I would say. What's it called? So basically, no matter what, no more than one. And then a really good resource that explains this really, really well is Uncomfortable's video on it, basically Drawbox, right? Talking about the 50% rule. And yeah, it just goes over, like, it's at the end whenever he talks about it with like how you use reference during the 50% rule time and stuff. And so, yeah. Yeah. And then also, even with the reference and everything, yeah, you want to be like actively thinking, right? Because you're trying to make the art that you want to make, right? And so you do that by like, of course, like taking specific things from the reference and stuff and using the reference, not like letting the reference use you. And so yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it in terms of like combining references that I wanted to say. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, sort of short videos, sort of low effort. Like I said, I can't wait till I remake these videos. Remake some of them, like my strategy for content creation and the strategy for art and stuff. One of these days. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. What's it called? Yeah. So bye bye. Shoot.